Hello everyone and welcome back to the weekly woof. Today I will be your host. That's it. Thank you, and I'm hoping that won't go as bad as the time I found a rope swing in the woods. Look at that. Just grace of an eagle. Yep. Anyway, let's go on with the show. So we've got quite a few fantastic things to go through today. So before we begin, just curious, what have you guys been up to during the last week since we last spoke?
Working again for me.
I never said
chilling for everyone else.
I've been chilling out, playing video games, making videos. Some guys might have seen some of them. They're on the YouTube. Please check them out. But other than that, a bit of Euro Truck Simulator, a bit of Dungeon Defenders, and stuff like that. But there's another thing, but we'll get to that topic later.
You do have the striking resemblance of a Euro trucker, I have to admit. What you're wearing right now, you could be a trucker. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. Right.
And he's let himself
Topic
go a
one.
bit as well with the beard and everything. So it's
Yeah.
kind of getting there. A few more weeks in isolation, you'll be full on hobo.
Right.
You're a wizard, Richard.
Topic... I'm not going to even talk no more. You can just go on with your show and I'll just stay over it. That's fine. Right. So, topic one, Call of Duty Dirt servers are down. So,
Excuse me?
reports of flooding in... Excuse me?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty? Is that like Sooty? Is it going to go...
All right, I see what you guys did there. Right. The Call of Duty servers are down right now. Reports are flooding in now with Modern Warfare and Warzone players experiencing issues. Those affected, 89% of the Modern Warfare and Warzone players are experiencing server connection issues or login problems. The Down Detection map says that the main issue is in the UK, Europe, and some parts of the USA. However, the official Call of Duty status on Activision website says that servers are operating normally. So, Chris, you play a bit more COD than what Joe does. What do you think? What do you know?
Well, it's crashed a few times when we've been in the lobby waiting to go in. It is annoying. But yeah, it's just one of them things, I guess.
I've experienced no problems whatsoever, but then again, I haven't played any this week, so I'm not really going to have a problem. I played more PUBG this week.
I honestly think it might be something to do with when I'm in a lobby with you. We were talking about putting cheaters in a different lobby with everyone else.
Chris, have you got a mic? You might want to just do that.
That first time we actually got in, it was me, you, and Swifty, and we didn't even realise about the issues, and we sat there for about, what must have been about 10-15 minutes before we realised that there was no game. Yeah.
Cool.
But I do think they need to do a bit more with this, because they're basically on the website, it says there's not an issue, but clearly there is. So I think Call of Duty need to pull themselves out, considering how much of the PlayStation they decide they want to store of data.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, that's something that we should mention, because that is ludicrous. Did we mention it last week? I can't remember.
I don't think
No,
we
but
did,
you
no.
bring it up now if you want to, go for it.
Nearly 200 gigs to have Call of Duty on a PS4. Crikey.
I feel sorry for the people that don't have a Pro who still got the 500 gig one. That's half their data. You can have Call of Duty and one other game.
It's just stupid. I mean, can you even fit Call of Duty on a hard drive and Red Dead Redemption 2? Is that even possible? Like, if you want to play those two games on a 500 gig hard drive, are you just shit out of luck? You can't do it.
Yeah. They'll start selling a Call of Duty PlayStation just for Call of Duty. And everything.
Or go back to the PlayStation 1 games. Would you like to buy a memory card?
Those are the days, man. You could take that memory card around to your friend's house and.
That's
Okay.
right. All right. Moving on to topic 2. I know you two are really looking forward to this. SnowRunner has now been released, which I know you both, again, were looking very forward to this.
Yep.
The PS4 version has been released, though, without any wheel support. They have stated the wheel support will come. How do you guys feel about this, though? Because, I mean, that's the
We're
whole point
fuming.
is to have the wheel with it.
Yeah, don't even get me started on the topic. Literally,
We're really
we downloaded it, set the wheels up, get everything ready, got the screen ready. I was about to stream a video on it. Got into the game with Joe, and it was like, oh, none of the buttons are working on the wheel. What? Where do we go from here? So it's like, oh, we might just have to do the introduction sort of drive, and then maybe be able to use a wheel after that. Nope. Nothing. And then we ended up like searching everywhere, like looking what the problem was, where the settings were, and then we found the feed saying that there's no controller support for the wheel for the PlayStation yet. So yeah, we were. I was raging. I was actually tempted to go and buy it on PC as well, just so I could play it with the wheel.
But apparently the wheel support isn't perfect on there either. I don't know if they've fixed it, Chris. I don't know if you know they've fixed it, but originally, when that wheel support was added, there was no force feedback, so no vibration functions or anything like that.
They put an update out last night, I believe, to fix that. There are still some wheels that don't support on there. But the G29 and the main Trustmaster ones, they're all supported now with everything. So
I remember I went onto the Twitter thread to the SnowRunner developer, and it's just people moaning about two things: no wheel support, obviously, and apparently it's not being sold on Steam. It's an Epic Games, game, and they're just saying put it on Steam, put wheel support in. But how do you make a simulator game without wheel support? Like, oh yeah, this is really simulating on my controller, isn't it? I don't get it.
I know for some poor sod out there would have got the game on the PlayStation, not realised I read any reviews, and goes, "All right, I guess I must have to complete the game to unlock wheel support." He went the whole distance with the controller.
There is a couple of YouTube videos. I did actually watch a YouTube video of a guy who set up his wheel like me and Chris did, but he'd already started streaming. He was streaming his wheel. He got on, sat down, and you just saw him press the button and goes, "What the hell? What the hell?" And then someone wrote in his comments, "No wheel support, buddy." And he was like, "You gotta be joking." Like, it was just like really miffed. Everyone was miffed.
Yeah, it is a joke, get it, really.
Yeah, you'd have thought that if this waited. I mean, fair enough, it's not ready because of what's going on, and that was their excuse anyway. That there's not had time to test. But you'd have thought that it just held back a little bit to allow it to kind of get implemented before the release.
Yeah, fair enough. Either way, next topic then.
NHS staff are being gifted free access to video games to say thank you for their work during the coronavirus. Big companies like EA, Xbox, and Sega, as well as independent studios, are part of the Games for Career initiative. And more than 85,000 games will be available to download. I really do think this is a great idea. However, I don't think many of these doctors and nurses that are working long hours in the hospital are going to be running home to play Theme Hospital. I did it.
Okay, what's after that?
JD, your sister works in the hospital. What do you think about this?
You'll have to leave it in now so it makes sense.
I think he deserves it.
Okay. Well,
right. Moving on to topic 5.
You mean topic 4? It's topic 3.
I don't even care anymore.
I actually called my sister specifically to ask, like, have you heard of this? Do you want any of this? She said she hasn't heard of it. Although apparently when I read up online about it, it said that they'll have access to a website that only they can log into using their NHS passwords that they'll get probably through emails and whatnot. But and they'll be able to download free games. And my sister says that that sounds good. She's not really a gamer anyway, but she's got 2 daughters who like Mario Kart and stuff. I know that Nintendo isn't there specifically, but I'm sure they can find something that they'd like in that situation. So I mean, anything to congratulate the NHS workers. I think everybody in the entire United Kingdom is appreciative of what they've done. Really,
I appreciate them, but there are a lot of unsung heroes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not just the NHS. Yeah, as in any key
there's
worker,
a lot
really.
of unsung heroes out there that should really get mentioned. But I know it's the NHS staff in the hospitals that are doing the most. I get that.
See, I want to know what's actually in this game package as well. It's like,
you reckon it's like old
is
games?
it going to be all like, it's like, is it a publicity stunt to get them on the radar as doing something good? Or are they actually going to get decent stuff? I mean, it's good either way. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but it does seem like a lot of businesses are coming forward now, especially for the NHS, of coming out with things that they're going to do to help them or give them or whatever. And I kind of agree with Richard as well in the aspect of there are a lot of other key workers that are having to go to work. Yeah, they're not in the thick of it like the NHS. I appreciate that, and I'm not saying anything bad about it. But I think that
without them.
No, I agree with that. But I just think there's other people as well that
well, that's what I'm saying. We couldn't function without the other people.
Yeah.
I'm saying we couldn't function without them. But
We're not here to get too political, guys. Right?
Xbox and Sega have got good steads, I think, with most people. Most people appreciate that. EA is known as a very despicable company in a lot of ways. They've been voted twice the worst company in America by Americans, obviously.
Yeah.
So
Can I
they need
throw
some
something
good
in
press. Yeah.
I bet you EA don't let them have FIFA 2020. They give them FIFA 16. Just a free game. That's worth £1.
But yeah.
You just know it. They won't let their best game go for free.
Yeah. All my
I'm not
point
saying
was
it's
is
their
that
best source of income.
I just think that places should open it up a bit wider to the other people who couldn't really appreciate it. And a lot of the other people that are key workers are on low income as well.
Well, our friend Stimpy's been working really hard as well.
Yeah.
He's a carer, isn't he?
That's what I'm talking about.
People like him.
So carers, all the other people. I'd just like to see someone open it up to all key workers. That's all I'm saying.
That'd be good. Yeah.
But I think it's really good.
So, okay, can you do the next one, Richard? Topic 4?
I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to go for it. Right, topic 4, games into movies. As we know, the games turning into films is a growing thing, and the latest game to be turned into a movie is Sonic the Hedgehog. I haven't seen it personally, but I've heard some good things about it. But I would like to know from you guys, what games would you like to see turned into a film? Starting off with you, Chris. Come.
Here's where I go silent. Because I don't know what's coming up and I've not read the script.
I can't read the script and I wrote
it. Give me a sec, we'll go to Joe and then come back to me later.
Well, everyone, I'm sure, has heard of the Uncharted movie is meant to be in the works forever. And it's also meant to be having a rocky production. Tom Holland's meant to be the young Nathan Drake. I can't remember who was meant to be the older one. Tom Hardy, maybe. I can't remember. It probably wasn't. But the trouble with gaming movies is they're notoriously not great. They never seem to quite live up to the game or the expectation. Now, Sonic was fine. I watched it. I wouldn't say it's like it didn't break any ground on amazingness, but it was good. I'd give it a 6 or 7 out of 10. It was enjoyable. The Pikachu movie, again, I'd probably give about 5 or a 6. I think they could have done better.
Then again, Pokemon, you can't really throw into that hat in the sense of they've done absolutely loads of movies. I mean, Pokemon the movie, the first one, Mewtwo, and that was massive.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty good actually. In all fairness, although they also had the anime to work off. But I know that originally it was a game and it turned into an anime. But yeah, I'm trying to think of any other games that might be coming. I mean, the Assassin's Creed movie, not great.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that was a bit boring. That's the problem. And then they had the Prince of Persia movie off the Prince of Persia games, and that wasn't great. The Lara Croft movies were okay. Yeah. World of Warcraft I thought was good, but it didn't do critically well at all. It didn't sell a lot. I thought that one was okay. But yeah, the Lara Croft movie.
Because they're starting with the first thing, they needed to start. I know it's bad, but they should have done just the Lynch King, because that would have been the best one.
Yeah, they should have just thrown in their best hand, And the trouble is, they started at the beginning, I presume, to try and make a trilogy or whatever. But it didn't do very well, so now they can't do the rest of the probably better storylines, which is a shame, really, if you think about it. What about you, Chris, then?
So I have had a think, and I'm still
That's good.
closer to the answer. And the thing is, the sort of games that I play personally are the more on the realistic side games. So
yeah, you like your simulators.
So things like Call of Duty, there's already so many war films out there. Like it wouldn't need to be done. Do you get what I mean? So I don't think for me there's anything in particular that I can think of that hasn't been done. I mean, even SnowRunner, you got ice truckers.
Yeah, so, you got ice truckers if you want SnowRunner.
In all fairness, if they did make a film of Call of Duty, I think a lot of people would go watch it. If they actually put the characters in, like Captain Price, and they followed the story of the actual game, I think a lot of people would actually go and watch it.
Are you referring to the Modern Warfare timeline or the Black Ops timeline?
Yeah, as in... No, the one with Price and Soap McTavish all gillied up Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Because a lot of the Call of Duty fan base is split on what they prefer in their Call of Duty. So a lot of people like the Black Ops storyline of, the brainwashing of Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 being in the future, but having like that historical connection. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm with you. I prefer the Modern Warfare series. But
I think the Modern Warfare would connect with more people because it's about here and now. It's more closer to here and now than what some of the others are.
Yeah, but because it's based in the future for Black Ops, I think Hollywood would have more to play with in the future. You're making a face right now, Richard. What are you so mad about?
I don't really like the Black Ops.
He's raging about like.
But yeah, I mean, movie games. I long for really good games that turn into movies, but notoriously, it's very hard to do. So
yeah. So I can't really think of one.
If anyone does have a film they actually want to see turned into a game turned into a movie, just drop it in the comments. We'd love to know.
Cool.
You know what would kind of be fun? Imagine Ark in a movie.
Ark has actually got a great storyline. I'm currently, for anyone that's watching this, my next video is going to be a review on Ark. And I was writing the story. And at first I thought, Ark doesn't have much of a story, does it? And then I remembered that it actually has an incredibly in-depth story, but you only have to find it out if you want to. Like most people can play the whole game of Ark and think, yeah, I'm just a dude that woke up on a beach and apparently I'm in space and this is like an Ark. That's about as much as you need to know. But there's actually a massive lore behind it. But there you go. You watch my review if you want to see what that is.
Just throwing out there, I would like to see Diablo 3 made into a film, just because it's like the ultimate battle of hell versus heaven. Topic 5, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So the latest Assassin's Creed game to be released, and creative directive, I can't really pronounce his name very well. That's not actually me getting tongue-tied. I think it's pronounced Asraf Ismail.
Yep.
Revealed that Valhalla features a very different take on the RPG mechanics. Levels are gone. And for instance, while combat will be brutal, it reflects on the setting. So what are your guys' thoughts, JD? I know you're not a very big fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise from Origins onwards, but what do you think?
Well, that's a bit unfair of me to be critical on anything after Origins because I haven't played Odyssey, although you did say you might lend it to me and I might give Odyssey a chance. But the trouble is, I'm a massive Black Flag fan. I think that's the pinnacle of the series. I liked all the Assassin's Creeds before that. And when it went to Origins, they obviously changed the battle system, which I didn't particularly like. And I know that it's a lot more skillful now, but that wasn't what bugged me. What bugged me was that I can go up behind a baddie, try and assassinate him, and because he's a higher level or whatever, you stab him and he just turns around and clocks you on and you die. You know, if you're in an area that's over leveled for yourself, and it's like, how am I an assassin now? Like, what am I doing? I'm just walking around, just stabbing people, and they're turning around and clocking me one. And I couldn't get into it. I need to play that game as a view, not as an Assassin's Creed, just as a game. Because I think me and Richard were talking earlier about this topic, and we don't. Well, I don't think that the Assassin's Creed games can call themselves Assassin's Creeds anymore. Because they're just not really about assassinating anything anymore. What about you, Chris? What do you think of this one?
As you know, I don't play any of the Assassin's Creeds.
Yeah.
So I'm not even going to try to have an opinion on something that I know nothing about.
Well, that's respectful. Yeah, go for it. Go on then, Richard. What's your take? Because you're an Assassin's Creed fan.
Yeah, so I really loved Odyssey. I mean, I went to the point of the platinum the game because I enjoyed it that much, and I'm really looking forward to Valhalla. The only thing I can't get my head around is the concept, because Origins, you can kind of get the fact that you're a stealthy assassin. There was nothing stealthy about Spartan, and there's nothing stealthy about a Viking. That the whole point of them was to run into battle and fuck you up. So I don't get it. But I really want to play them because I really enjoyed them. I enjoyed the combat of it, and yeah, I love Vikings and the whole of their culture and the way of life back then. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I
I'm a
just
big fan
don't
of
think the concept should be you are an assassin.
But the trouble is,
you are a Viking.
They're not going to change the name Assassin's Creed because it's been going on so long and it holds so much like calling. But it's hard, like we say, it's hard. I mean, what really annoyed me about Origins, because I did play that game a lot. I think in the game you have to kill like 8 people, as in the storyline is to kill like 8 people, and I killed like six of them out of 8. And I remember getting about halfway through the story, and I was thinking, right, so how does the Assassin's Creed originate? You know, this is the origins of Assassin's Creed. Where did the equipment come from? Whose idea was it? Like in Assassin's Creed 2, you hear that they had to cut off their pinky to put on the wrist blade. You know, and that'd be cool to see how that happened. You know, that they dedicated that. You know, they were so dedicated they cut off a finger to wear the glove of the assassin. And then out of nowhere, you know, your wife just whips out this and goes, "Oh, this is an ancient thing that's been," and it's just like, what do you mean it's an ancient thing? This is ancient times. What are you talking about? I wanted to see the origin of where that wrist blade came from, and you just whack it out of a box and say it's old. Thanks. Like, I was really annoyed at that. That really bugged me.
I would love to see you in the game having this run with that NPC and I just having that same generic response. Here you go.
I should have been live streaming that, because I was like, what do you mean? What are you doing? You don't really grind my gears.
Hey, stay away, that's mine.
I was doing that on, I should have streamed myself on Odyssey, because when you go up to like, a settlement, you're like, I could sneak in, but I'm not going to.
I believe the correct terminology for that, Richard, is Leroy Jenkins.
No, it's not actually. It's Odyssey, and the correct term is this is Sparta.
Okay. So Assassin's Creed, I am looking forward to that, but it's I'll play it when it comes.
Yeah, same. I'm looking forward to it. Right.
I'm not bothered.
So last thing I just thought with my
just a little, I'm not bothered. This pops up out of nowhere.
That was like my Mer moment last week. Right. Moving on. What I thought we might go through is, all the gamers out there all buying accessories to make our, game experiences better.
Yep.
So I thought we could recommend some products to you guys. So I thought I would start. And product I would recommend to you is the Razer Kraken headset, which is this current thing I'm wearing. So basically, it's one of the better headsets out there for the PlayStation. The Razer Kraken headset is a custom-tuned 50mm drivers in there for powerful, clear sound with immersive bass. It's got a retractable noise-cancelling mic, aluminium frame with thick padding for extended durability and reduced weight. And inside these bits is a cooling infused gel for overall ear cushion to reduce the heat buildup. It's also a 7.1 surround, so you got clear sound from wherever the sound's coming from. Don't be a dickhead, Chris. And it's about £105 to 130. Hey,
Is that don't be a
Not
dickhead
annoyed.
as part of the offers?
really one. Hey, I'm just trying to say this is a good headset.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were going to describe the specifications of it. I was just going to describe why our products are fun. I thought you were going to say something like, "Oh, these are great. I can hear the enemy walk up behind me with the 8.1 surround sound." But you started listing off. You sell them.
You didn't even. Oh, yeah, I was trying to sell them. They're a great headset.
You get commission.
Oh no, if Razer wants to, get involved, I'll sell the headset for them.
If Razer gets involved with our channel, I take back any nasty word I've ever said to you.
I don't.
No, what I'm saying is, right, it's a Kraken headset, and it's called
It's a Kraken or a cracking headset.
Kraken. Yeah,
Double meaning, though.
it's a good overall headset. I mean, it's a headset. That's why I listed off why is the better headset than others.
Yeah.
The others don't have them sort of
Chris.
specs in them.
Chris.
What's the
Go on,
mic
Chris.
like?
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad
I'm
you
not gonna say
embellished
much
that.
more than that. You should have been a prick.
No, to be fair, you're actually fine this week. Big improvement this week on your mic.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are
because
actually.
It's because I messed around with the settings.
Oh,
Chris,
on
it's
Discord.
Just, it's just a headset, isn't it?
yeah, it's just a headset.
With 7.1 surround and no cooling gel, but well.
Are you next, Chris? And we'll talk behind your back. Off you go.
So mine's going to be really quick. This week I have bought the Elgato Stream Deck. I think it is a must-have for all streamers, and most streamers have probably already got one anyway. So if you've not, you're a loser. No, it's really good for interacting with the stream. You can do all sorts on it. It's good for editing as well. I've set up loads of hotkeys and hotbars, and you can pretty much just assign any key to it that you want.
Just
Like
do
a
it
keyboard.
again. Do it again. In fact, this is probably a good time to shout out our merch store, because you can demonstrate that you can just pop that up and down and whatever like that.
Yeah, so for example, this stream now is running off the Elgato, so like we've got a new merch store that's just opened this week, and we've got Diane who's modelled it.
Got our Underdogs logo on there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, ours hasn't arrived yet. We were hoping to all wear our stuff as well.
Yeah, we all got stuff.
So next week, hopefully, we'll have our stuff and we'll actually be repping ourselves.
Yeah, I've got a hat. Like I've got the blue and black hat with the navy blue top. Richard, what did you get?
I got a hat and a top,
Is it what color did you get?
black
What color hat did you get?
and grey.
What about you, Chris? What did you get?
So I went with my colour, which is purple.
Yeah, so we got our colours. Richard went black.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that there was no yellow hat choice. I mean, as you can tell probably from my video and me just in this picture, I like yellow.
Moving on.
Okay. Well, mine is an old favourite, an old fave of all of ours. It's the GT9
Sorry, mate,
steering
we all
wheel.
get that.
Yeah, some more than other favourites. But the G29 steering wheel, me, Richard, and Chris have been using for years now.
It's just a wheel.
Yeah, it's just a wheel. But we started playing with F1 and we race each other and the pedals and the gear stick and everything. But it works both with the PC and obviously.
You don't need a
PS4.
gear stick when you're playing F1.
Did I interrupt you this much?
You were just being a prick.
I just laughed.
Continue. I'm sorry.
Chris is a mastermind at insulting people and deflecting the shit to someone else.
Hey, you made us buy Farming Simulator and I got the blame for that.
Oh yeah, in fact I may as well tell him on now. By the way, Richard, you know you're really annoyed that you had to buy Farming Simulator and you didn't like it and you never played it. It's free next month.
I might be laughing, but I'm dying inside.
But yeah, so if anyone is after a wheel, I heavily recommend the G29. It works with loads of games and it's got loads of functionality to it. It's awesome.
Probably
basically use it to pretend to drive a car, unless you're one of these two that bought SnowRunner.
Yeah, don't buy it for SnowRunner. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. But yeah, price wise, between 150 and 200. I bought the stand as well for 70, so I bought 150 for the gear because it was on offer in Curry's, I think. Gear stick, pedals, wheel, and stand. What do you mean, boo?
Fuck Curry's. My boss is probably watching this. I ain't backing them up.
you don't sell the G29, so it's not a problem for you.
Either way, I'm not backing up Curry's just in case James is watching.
But was there any other topics of what we wanted to speak about? Because I'm sure there was something else, and I can't remember what it was now.
Just to add about the wheel, I do think it is. I know you've already touched on the
just
price, but the best priced steering wheel and gear stick and full setup that you can get at the moment, and it has been for a long time.
I will mention though, buyer beware, that I got the wheel originally, and the wheel was perfect. It really was, but because I didn't have a good table to use on, because if you're using a desk, like a computer desk, it's fine because I think that's what you use, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah.
But I wanted to use it in front of my telly, and so I had to invest in 70 quid in that stand. I got it from eBay, and they range from 70 quid to like 150 quid or more. But I got like this one, and it's since then it's perfect. Like I play with it all the time. But before that, I struggled to get it out because it was like, oh, where am I going to put it? I swear, Chris, if you clip that. Because we're all mature adults here.
Well, you're the one struggling to get it out. But in all fairness, that stand I do recommend as well because I bought one because Joe had one.
Okay, so what I think we should touch on is what we think our game of the week is, because I've played a few games this week out of nowhere, and there's a few of them that I would personally like to mention. I don't know if you guys want to mention any game you played. I mean, Richard, have you played anything other than Call of Duty this week?
Yeah, and I don't really want to talk about it. Bad time.
What have you played?
Well, as you know, when I'm not playing Call of Duty, I'm chasing down platinums or playing Pokemon. And I decided to chase down the platinum. Yeah, I've been chasing down the platinum on Diablo, and one of the achievements is to get to level 70 in hardcore mode.
I've heard of it. Yeah, just tell people what happened here.
Now, those of you that don't know Diablo, hardcore mode means that if you die, you die. And there is no way of getting your character back. You're permadeath. You may keep some boxes and everything, like treasure in your box, but that's it. But if you're not to 70 yet, you don't get Paragon levels. It means you're literally back at level 1, and you can't even equip half the gear you got. So anyway, I'm plodding away. It's 7 hours and 57 minutes. Got to level 66, and weren't paying attention. Something came out of nowhere, and I blew up and died. So 8 hours literally just went.
And this is why I personally am not a trophy hunter. I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. I also scared the life out of Billy because I just started shouting, for fuck's sake. She
What
thought
about-
someone had come in the house.
What about
Yeah,
you, Chris?
so
What
that-
have you been playing this week with your, shout outs?
Obviously, we tried Snowboarder. Moving on. Build and Rescue.
How is that? Are you enjoying that? Because I know you haven't had much time on it.
I've not had much time on it, but I am enjoying it. From what I've seen of it, it looks good. I like the mechanics of it. It's my sort of nerdy game, I think, and one that I'll probably spend a lot of hours on.
You should tell people exactly what that is, because is it okay me saying that it's basically a Minecraft for engineer level adults? Like, it's really in depth.
Yeah, to a degree, yeah. You're basically on an island, and you do get tasks and missions that come up. But to do the tasks and missions, you have to missions. And missions. You have to build your own boat. And when I say build your own boat, I mean literally.
Build your own boat, yeah.
You have to build the fuel tank, where it's going to sit, the pipes that go up to the engine, the full engine, the works, everything. You're basically building it from the ground up.
You just got a boat.
Yeah, and you just didn't have a platinum. And you wasted 8 hours.
At least at the end of his 8 hours, he's got a boat.
I'll still have a boat. What do you still have?
I still got all the other characters.
No, but Chris
I will get that platinum. I will get it. There is no doubt about it. I will get it.
Chris was trying to convince me to get Storm, build and rescue this game that's like engineering level. And I was watching like videos on it, and I was thinking, I'm going to have to take an engineering course just to play this game. And I just don't have enough time, don't have enough hours in the day, even during this lockdown, to play that game. So in the end, I opted to a game called Ace Combat 7. I figured that I'd got the, the stick and the, in fact, I can show you briefly, as in I've got one of these. So I thought, you know what, I'll whack out a bit of a playing game and check that out. And it was on sale, so I thought I'll get that. It probably won't be the best thing in the world, but I might enjoy it. That game really surprised me. Not only, I would call it the Call of Duty of air combat, as in it's action packed. Like, you can hold down the missile button and it follows the missile to blowing stuff up. And I thought, this is pretty good. The story then took off into, I think, quite good as well. I won't spoil it for anyone. But then, it's got I don't know how I can say it without spoiling some stuff, because there's stuff that really surprised me. I don't want to say, but it's very, very good. Enjoyed it a lot. I've also been playing Dungeon Defenders, which is a very old game that I hadn't played in years, and I thought I'd crack that out, and I'm really enjoying that as well. But ultimately, I'm with Chris on this one. I wanted to play SnowRunner. So, goddamn you, SnowRunner. Why can't we play you?
I'm surprised you didn't talk about your stick yet.
What you mean is the accessories sort of thing? Well, it's the first time. No, it's the first time we're bringing up the. It's the first time we're bringing up accessories, and in truth, the accessory that I have used the most, hands down, is the GT9 steering wheel. Yeah. I've used that more than anything. I've used it today. Like, me and Chris were playing American Truck Simulator.
Oh no! What headset are you wearing?
These are the Logitechs. They were rated incredibly highly, because I remember when I was looking for a headset.
When you say you've used that more than you've used your GT9 wheel?
Maybe, but headsets are different. For me, they're passive. Like, the last headset I had was very good. I don't know if this headset's better than the last headset. In my opinion, they were both very good. They had, 7.1 surround sound. They both had Atmos.
Ignore Richard. You just do you.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a headset. That's going to be an ongoing joke, isn't it? If something's anything, it's just a GT9 steering wheel, isn't it?
Yep.
Anyway, off you go, Rich.
Just curious, what we'll finish this on is, just so anyone watching, in case there is spoilers, and there might be spoilers from this, but what is your favourite end of a campaign?
Spoilers.
So any game, spoilers. End of the campaign you thought was just awesome, cool, or just something. We'll say favourite. Just what end of the campaign did you find cool?
Are you on about
I'll start.
recently?
No, any game.
Okay,
I'll
carry on.
start, and mine's going to be Battlefield Bad Company 2, where you get pushed out of it. You have to jump out of an aeroplane without a parachute and shoot the pistol as you're free falling. That was awesome. To get your parachute back to obviously open it.
Cool. Not played
That's
that
mine.
one.
I thought it was awesome.
Chris, have you got yours yet?
I quite like Far Cry 5 when we did that. Although that
Far
can be
Cry 5,
different because it plays to how you're doing it, doesn't it?
Not the ending. The ending's always the main baddie, isn't it? As in, you can kill the siblings
any
in
order.
a different way. Yeah, it's just the last bad guy is always the same.
Yeah, that was a good ending.
Although, is there multiple endings to that? I might have read that, although I've only completed it once, but I am playing it again with Stim at the minute. Maybe I'll see a different one.
I quite like the endings to GTA 5 as well, although it was a long time ago when I did complete it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
quite good.
I mean, there's been loads of games with great endings. My favourite game ever has been Final Fantasy VII. Oh, you know what I really did like, although I don't know if it's the best, but it's just popped into my head, Halo 4. Because I was a massive Halo 1 to 3 fan, and I didn't play Halo 4 till years after. I think I played it on the Anniversary Collection. And that, you know, the chemistry between you and Cortana, right, spoilers for anyone, by the way, spoilers. Cortana dies in that, basically, and it's absolutely fantastic. The way they do it is incredibly well done. The trouble is they ruined it in 5 by just bringing it back and going, oh no, she's not dead actually. Like, it's like, what? Like, you did that so well, and it's just, I mean, so that one, the Halo 4's ending was fantastic, but Halo 5's beginning, I mean, Red Dead Redemption 1, that had a fantastic ending. I mean, you could name a lot of things. Metal Gears, they're good.
I was just pointing out which one was in your mind at that time. But yeah, we'll leave it there. There is a lot.
There's so many, I wouldn't know where to begin, to be honest.
Did any of you watch anything this week on TV?
I've been watching Friends again.
Yeah.
I love Friends.
Well,
it's really funny show.
I mentioned...
I've been watching Inside the World's Toughest Prison.
You would do.
Is that with Danny Dyer?
Nah, it's with this guy, and honestly, you can play a drinking game with him. If you drink every time he says, I was convicted for a crime I didn't commit. I was in there 12 years. Every time he says that, you drink. Honestly, you'll be pissed by the first 10 minutes of each episode.
Well,
it's good, though. It's good. Also, it kind of makes me want to commit a crime in Norway.
Why?
Well, I'll tell you why, yeah? You haven't seen this prison in Norway. There is basically not really any locks on any doors, apart from obviously outside the main gate. There's a shop inside the prison. They believe in rehabilitation. They give you a full education, as in like a degree. The reoffending rate in Norway is the lowest in the world. In the sense of you can commit a crime. No, it's in Norway. You could commit a crime, get sentenced for 3 years, and come out of that 3 years with a fucking degree. And you don't even have to pay for it. So why would you want to commit a crime?
Yeah, but that's the problem. I mean, clearly it's working because of the the records and whatnot. But
we also have one of the lowest offending rates.
They have programs like that in the UK, though. The problem is that firms don't want to hire ex-convicts.
And
I think in Norway it's a completely different culture.
Yeah, isn't Norway less populated as well? Am I wrong there?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me have a look.
But either way, like if you did commit a crime in Norway and you got sent to this particular prison, you'd laugh at me. Generally, it's even to the point of where the guards are sat round in like it doesn't even look like it looks like a. It was probably actually is better that in the prison facilities is better than what you would find in like say like a Premier Inn or something like that. I mean, it doesn't look like a prison at all inside. Your own room, your own space, everything.
By the way, I was right. Britain has 66.65 million in 2019. Norway has 5 million. So yeah, they're way less populated apparently. 5.5 mil. I thought so. Yeah, so they don't have as many people to offend, and it tends to be denser societies that have more crime. Something that I'm interested in. Either way, carry on.
But I ain't going to commit a crime, just so we're aware, right?
It's a big culture thing, though, because I'm not being funny. If our government said, right, we're going to do up all our prisons and give them the X, Y, and Z, everyone would just be moaning. Like, oh, taxpayers' money, why should we pay for it and all that crap? So, like, it's culture, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
like
I think Norway's not better off.
They do have programs here. It's just not many people like hiring convicts for those sort of jobs that pay well.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, Richard.
But anyway,
just before we go,
anyone?
I watched Afterlife, the new season, and it was great. Just to touch on it, I don't want to spoil it in case anyone hasn't seen it.
Yeah, it's very new, isn't it? That?
Yeah, but it is on there. Go and check it out. It is really good, and I'd recommend it.
Fair enough.
Awesome. If anyone wants to add anything against the conversations that we've had today, then please just drop in some comments into the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and if you want any of our merchandise, check out our website, www.theunderdogs.live. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Cover them up so you don't see beyond the mask.
So basically, next week free is NHS workers get free video games. NH stuff are being gifted free access. What have I said now?
You haven't said anything. It's the picture on the screen.
All right, NH stuff. Now I've said it wrong. That's because I'm trying to look and do everything at the same time, right? NH steps. I said it again.
Please keep this in. Please keep this whole bit in.
I will get it. I will get this. NHS staff are being gifted free access to video games to say thank you for their work during the coronavirus for career incentive initiative. Fuck me. I can't even read my own script. Why did you let me hope?
You wanted to.
No, you didn't want it to be the Joseph show. That's how I ended up doing this shit. Cut. We're taking this again. Right.
I want all this to just carry on. I just want all this to begin.
Damn it. Right. This is why I'm the fun one of the group. Independent studios are part of the Games for Career initiative, and more than 8 by fuck. I can't start again.
We need to start with the NHS again. To start the whole fucking thing again.
Calm. USA.
Back up, guys. It's gonna be right. Topic 3. NHS workers get free video games.
That's what he's
right. So, for fuck's sake, I didn't even know now. I'm questioning myself. Right. Topic 3. NHS. Oh my god!
Is this gonna be a bloopers reel at the end? Cut it. Like, if you want to cut it, but put it like a bloopers reel.
Right.